Welcome to the Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church Network, where we are building faith and transforming lives, where our senior pastor is the Reverend James I. Perkins.
Well, welcome to our Straight Talk for this first week in March. We're just so pleased to be here with you here at Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church. And I just wanted to let you know that we have a special guest here, the Honorable Mayor Joe Gibbons, Mayor of Lenoir, North Carolina. Mayor, I just want to tell you welcome and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us on Straight Talk this morning.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. Council Member Perkins, I appreciate that, and glad to be at Mount Pilgrim as always. Love your church, love getting to come and be a part of it. My wife Becky and I always enjoy being able to come live when we could, and even watching you on your virtual broadcast as you do. So we appreciate what you mean to this community. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you. As we know, this is labeled Straight Talk. So we're going to get right into some Straight Talk, Mayor. And,
okay.
One thing that is dear to my heart, we just finished up with our annual retreat this year, which is always a success. And the thing that dominated that retreat, and a lot of the council, as everybody was interested in and concerned about, is our employees.
Yes.
And I'm sure that that is dear to your heart as well, too. How have the city worked through this virus to protect our employees maybe with City Hall shut down? Or how did we just transition into that all of a sudden, so to speak?
Well, it's been a really tough over a year now as we have gone through this pandemic and what we've had to do. Our lifeblood of our city are our employees and those that take care of not only our streets and our sanitation and water and sewer and recreation and all those things, and all of it has been impacted during this year so differently, and we've had to make a lot of changes. Obviously, we did close City Hall down, and it has remained closed to people being able to just walk in off the street. It is still operating, it's still going inside. All the people are working, and if you need to talk with anyone in the city, you can call and make an appointment, and they will allow you to come in and do the things you need to do. The bills can be paid. We have drop boxes there, but if you need it picked up, our people will come out and get it outside, or if you need to come in for some reason, they will allow you to do that. So things have continued to operate, even though it's been difficult. We've done these things to protect our not only our citizens, but to protect our employees as well from the spread of the virus. And our city employees, just like all of us in this community, have been impacted by it. We've had a lot of the COVID has happened through our employees at different levels, and so we want to protect them in every way we can. So, but hopefully beginning to open some things up as we move forward. So,
good. I know that, and I guess I can enjoy this, that we have our city council meetings virtually, and some of the people choose to follow us on Zoom. But how has that worked out, Mayor? How do you go about organizing city council meeting through Zoom?
Well, what we've tried to do is to divide it up. I generally will call all of our council members and say, and give everyone the feeling we want you to be comfortable. We need to have at least 4 members there to be legal, able to conduct our business. And generally with 7 council members, myself as mayor is the 8th, we need 4 council members there, and then I'm always there as well. So we try to work it that way and give everyone an option to be live at the council meeting and others to be on Zoom. All of our department heads are on Zoom. Our city manager is there with us, and our communications director is also there with us, and then of course our sound crew that puts together. So we keep it under 10, which is what that has been all this time. Things are hopefully opening up, but it has been a challenge, to be able to do that, to work through Zoom. But it has worked really as good as it could be. I think we have great discussions. Even those who are on the Zoom can communicate and talk about the things that are going on in our city, and we make sure that we know who is on the Zoom, and that we want them to be able to communicate in any way they can.
Very
So
good.
it's been a good, it's been as good as it can be under the
Yep.
circumstances we've been living in. That's
Good,
the tough
good.
thing.
If our citizens wanted to address the council, how do you facilitate that? Citizens coming in, or they by virtue, by Zoom, or how do we do that?
Well, we do, if they want to address the council, we do let them call, they can call the city, talk with our city clerk, Shirley Cannon, and make an appointment to come if they have something they need to say. If there's several that need to come, then certainly what we do is keep those people out in the lobby and area until we are ready to go. We allow one to come in at a time and address the council, everyone wearing masks as we do that on that, and we've allowed them to address whatever their concerns are, or if it's one of our department heads coming to make a report, then we allow them to do the same thing. But we don't allow a large crowd at any one time until all these things kind of change a little bit, where we feel more comfortable with it. But excuse me, I think that has worked out very well as well. They will come and let us know if they need to come and would like to address the council. We allow them to come in, and they make whatever. We will answer it or address it in some communication form, and then they will be allowed to go back out, and someone else if they need to come in. So we haven't had a lot of that, but we have had some. But obviously, if we have people we're recognizing for awards and things, we allow them to come with their families. They come in just a couple at a time or whatever to receive their award or whatever it might be, their recognition. And then they go out, and then next maybe another group will come in. So we've tried to keep it as safe as we can, and we have all the precautions in the council room with us.
Very good. My 8 years on the council has been great. I really appreciate it, and I've learned a lot. And one of the high points in our year is our annual retreat, our budget retreat, and where we would go to a facility with a large enough room that will accommodate us. And what I miss is that, you could get up and walk around and you have the little snacks and all of that stuff. But since we've gone virtual, Mayor, my wife has to prepare my snacks now for what I eat on. But this year, for the first time, it was a virtual retreat. And Anthony Starr from Western Piedmont Council of Government was the facilitator.
Yes.
And I would just like for you just to share with us, how big of a transition was that to get everybody, all the department heads and everybody tuned in and everybody on one accord to share in their thoughts and about our city?
Well, it was different, and Anthony did tell us, and Anthony's the executive director of the Western Piedmont Council of Governments. He has facilitated our budget retreat, as we call it, our planning retreat for our budget for the last 4 or 5 years, I know, and does a wonderful job, great job of doing that. And he said this was the very first one he's ever done on a Zoom, that kind of thing. So, but we were all on Zoom. There was no one there physically at any site. We were all on Zoom. I did notice that you were still having your snack while it was going on, but we did laugh about that during the meeting. But it was different, but it was still very productive. The news topic obviously was with us on there as well, and covered it from the Zoom part of that. But we talked about what our priorities are, what our goals are, things that we've been working on for the last several years. We went back and reviewed all of those, plus talked about what do we add to it each year to keep moving forward. And we've made a lot of progress. We're very proud of that, but we still have a long way to go. So that was the main way to do it, and it still worked out very well. Most of this budget retreat, our department heads were listening to the goals and the priorities that we were setting, and then they will come back now and talk about things that the needs and wants of what we want to put together to grow our city in not only 21, 22 and beyond, on that.
We talked in the meeting about the several attractions in Lenoir. We talked about the new housing or the businesses and houses that'll be going up, but mainly is the Mulberry Street conduit. I guess we would use that from 18 downtown Lenoir, and how it looks now, the pavement and the striping and the Jonas Ridge,
Jonas Hill.
Jonas Hill.
Yes, sir.
Just talk a little bit about that, Mayor. How did that come about? Now, are we using Mulberry for a conduit for a hallway into Lenoir? But how do we go about just the paving and that kind of thing?
Well, Mulberry has always been one of our main arteries coming into
Yeah.
the city off of what we call Morganton Boulevard or
Yeah.
Highway 18, coming through there. And we did, with all the things that we have on Mulberry Street. You know, Mulberry Street is a mixed street. It's got, of course, with all the great, wonderful hospital facilities that we have. You
Yeah.
just talked about the Jonas Hill Hospital. This was just recently completed several months back. All the renovations to Caldwell UNC Healthcare that have been done, the McCreary Cancer Center up the street, the Wig Bank is on that street. There's so many things on there. Then you've got just businesses on there as well, and residences on there. So it's a really a great street for Mulberry and all the changes there. So we waited until after all the construction was done at the hospital and Jonas Hill and all the things there before we went in and paved the street. We had planned to pave it. It needed paving. And we knew that, but with all the construction going on, dump trucks and things there, we waited to do that. But we went in and paved that to make it a wonderful gateway coming into our city.
Yeah, well, that's good, and it really looks good. But what which looks so much of a change and a difference is downtown Lenoir. The city and Jared's people went in and trimmed the trees and made the city more visible. I think it just opened it up a little more. Could you just speak to us a little bit on and what we are doing downtown Lenoir?
Well, you know, we're very proud of our downtown. I've always said that downtown is it's our heart.
Yeah.
It's what you and I grew up here.
Yeah.
It's what we used to do when we were younger. We would go downtown to the movies and all the great things that were in our downtown.
Circle.
In the circle, we had the circle downtown. That's right. But it is still a wonderful place. We have spent now years, probably dating back over 20 years, to rebuilding, retooling our downtown, and we continue to make it a place for people to come and enjoy. There, we try to keep things up to date. We want to showcase our downtown businesses that are there. We have some wonderful businesses, a little different from the old days when we were there, but it's still wonderful businesses that we had, the restaurants and retail, some retail shops, some art shops, some antique stores, bookstores. We have a variety of things that are there that we're proud of all of those. And so we want to make it, we did trim the trees recently just to open it up and make it look much better, and people can see our historic clock and all the great things that we have downtown. So that's the things we work on, and we want to keep that's the place that we want to bring people to when they come into Lenoir. Come visit our historic downtown and see what we have to offer.
I do want to ask you this, because this is going to tell maybe your age and maybe mine as well, but is that the same clock that we've had down through these years that sat there did it sit in the center at one time, or it hadn't always been right there?
Well, it's been pretty close. It was actually, it is the original clock. It's been there. It was actually put in 1922. It hung on the Bank of Lenoir, which is downtown. Which Bank of Lenoir became First Union National Bank. Where we are in City Hall is old First Union National. They were both those buildings. And then First Union actually donated to the city when they moved out, and it became renovated to become City Hall. But that clock has sort of been not only our timepiece, but it kind of dates us as to how we've watched our city grow and progress through there. And then we've used it a lot in our propaganda and things that we put out about our downtown. But very proud of that clock, and it still operates today. It tells you the time.
I know.
All four sides. So it's a great piece that we have there.
It depends on how fast I'm going through Lenoir. When I'm on my way to a council meeting, I come up that hill there and I look at the clock. Hey, look, I got time now.
Yes.
So the clock's served. But Mayor, we're doing a lot downtown, and the other main attraction that we have and have attracted people to Lenoir is our great Greenway.
Yes.
And I know that we are making some connections to that along Highway 18, and I'm sure there'll be some more things coming. And we got about 3 minutes, and I know this would take more than 3 minutes. But can you just briefly enlighten us on the Greenway, just about where we really plan to go briefly? We only got 3 minutes.
Well, Greenway is just a wonderful part of our city, and we are so proud of the Greenway. We have more people use the Greenway probably than anything that we have. You know, our recreation programs are so great. Greenway is part of our recreational programs, but you know, it started and out in the Lower Creek area, came by the library and winds its way through there, and it comes down 18, goes all the way down now by Google that way, and then it will keep going. Eventually, the idea is to connect it all the way to Morganton, and they will join together at some point in time. You and I may not see it, but we hope that will happen, and it's all part of our historic Over Mountain Victory Trail. Comes through there as well, so it ties some history to it. We were honored to be a part of that in our revolutionary days of becoming a great nation. Our people traveling to the Battle of Kings Mountain, to be quickly on it, but that's all part of the Greenway. It's just such a wonderful thing, and you know, you can go out to any part of the Greenway most any day. Now it's been a little colder, but as the days get better, you'll see people all over the Greenway enjoying walking, biking, whatever they like to do. You know, we don't allow any cars on it, but everything else you can do and enjoy, and it's just something we want to be a healthy part of our city, and we're going to continue to make the Greenway a great part of it.
I noticed that we have begun some restoration on the Broad Hill Walking Park downtown, and that's been a great site in our community, in our city as well. There've been a lot of wedding pictures taken there, or people just come and just especially during a spring afternoon or morning, just wanted to get out, and it's a good fellowship place. You know, you can walk and meet people. Just share with us about the Broad Hills.
The tail, it's of course has been a partnership with the Broad Hill family for many years. The original Broad Hill Park, the T.H. Broad Hill Walking Park, or T.H. Broad Hill Park, was built by Mr. T.H. Broad Hill, and he and Mr. J.E. Broad Hill were brothers, and they were all part of that. And he started a wonderful thing with a neighborhood and a golf course and a country club and a lake, and it's all there, and it's still widely used. We've had some great renovations. The Broad Hill family invested in it many years ago, and then just gave us a large amount of money to upgrade the restroom facilities and the decking and all that. That's going on as we speak. So people just enjoy it, and you go down there again, it's like our Greenway. You go by the walking park and you'll see people down there walking, just enjoying the ducks, the turtles, the wildlife, not wildlife, but the flowers. You might see a little bit, but the flowers and all the things that are there. It's just a gorgeous part of it, and we're so thankful that the Broad Hill family continues to be and share that with us, and has made that such a wonderful place, and they love it. Their offices are right there when you come into it at the old Lenoir Country Club, I call it, is where the family offices are. So they are still part of it, and very proud to be a part.
One other thing, Mayor, that I think you talked about this a little last year at a planning retreat, and I'm so glad it's come to fruition this year, is our branding and our wayfaring, our wayfinding. Could you share with us on it? I know that the ladies there are proud of that, and that was a great report this year in our planning for Lenoir.
Well, you know, we've been looking at branding and wayfinding for our all over our city. We did our downtown several years ago and put the Together We Create branding on that, and we're really proud of that. And now our new one is Create With Us. You know, come create with us, you know, is part of it. But it's just, we're going to do with the wayfinding that tells you where to go when you come into our beautiful community. We're working on the signage for that as we speak, trying to put together funding. Of course, it does cost money to do that, but that branding was just such a great campaign, and a lot of input, a lot of work with Destination by Design and others, Kaylin Horn and Jenny Wheelock, and much of our staff, Jared Wright, as you mentioned Jared a minute ago, and all of our fine staff, our city manager, Scott Hildebrand, and Joshua Harris. All those people were all involved in helping put this together, and we, the council, had our input to it. And we think we've created a beautiful branding for our city. People are complimenting us already on it and what it means, and we do want people to come here and create with us and be a part of what we're doing to make Lenoir such a wonderful place to live, work, and play.
Well, Mayor, unfortunately, our time is about up. It's winding down, and I guess you and I, particularly you, could sit here for the rest of the afternoon and talk about Lenoir. And my 8 years have seen some growth. My 8 years have seen some great encouragement as being a citizen and being in position where I could help make decisions and help Lenoir to become what it is today. And it's just been a good ride for me. And
Yes,
I
sir.
hope it will continue. You know, my health and my age, and I keep going on. So
Well, we do too, and we appreciate your service to the City of Lenoir, not only through your church and your community, being on city, taking that step and being part. You're on the planning board before you went on the city council and served with that. So you did it the right way. You learned about what it was all about before you took that step to become a council member, and you've been a good council member, and we thank you. We have a great council, and we're very, very proud of it. I think we probably have maybe the best council of anywhere in the state of North Carolina. I would say venture even further, but I'll just say state of North Carolina for now, because I do know a lot of them. But I think we work together well. And I think we have a great makeup of council members, and we all seem to be on the right goals. We want to work together to make our city the best it can be in every shape, way, and form.
we're very good. Well, we are closing up, and like I said, this could keep going on and on and on, but you know, we have to stop somewhere. But just want to thank you for being with us this morning, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Thank all of you for taking time out, tuning in with us every Thursday. We will have this on Facebook Live every Thursday, beginning at 7 o'clock. And you can find us Facebook on Mount Pilgrim, Lenoir, NC. Mount Pilgrim, Lenoir, NC, every Thursday at 7 o'clock. And while I have you, if there are any of you that are viewing with us or in our viewing area, and you would like to make a contribution or a donation to our video ministry, we would ask you to you could send that to $, Mount Pilgrim 539, $ Mount Pilgrim 539 on our Cash App page. So please, ma'am, and please, sir, tune in with us on Tuesdays. We have a noonday Bible study on Tuesday at noon. Every Tuesday I'm here at noon speaking of something that the Lord has led me to do. On Wednesday, of course, we have live Facebook, our Wednesday night Bible study at 7 o'clock. Then, of course, Thursday night, Straight Talk. And then I'm back on Saturday morning to you early risers. I know Saturday is a sleep-in day, but to those of you that get up on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, we are back here again at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Then, of course, we are still in the parking lot, and it looks like, well, I don't know, the mayor is not the mayor, the governor is softening up a little bit, and we may be going back inside, but for right now, for a while, we'll be outside beginning at 10:30. So just join us and pray for our podcast. So again, Mayor, thank you so very much for being here with us and for all of our guests that were here. So thank you and have a good day.
Thank you for tuning into another exciting segment of Straight Talk, where we get straight to the questions and answers that you would like to ask some of the leading people in Caldwell County. We look forward to bringing you podcasts that make an impact in our communities. So tune in every Thursday at 7 o'clock, where we will bring you Straight Talk. We want to keep you informed on activities that are going on within our communities. Be blessed. We will see you next week.